All right. So I want you all to put it this way, right? Let me give you a simple chart. How many prospects do you meet? And how many of those prospects, so meet, right? Meet. Again, I'm not talking about appointments. I'm talking about meeting. How many prospects do you meet? How many of those prospects, how many of those meetings convert into appointments? That's what I call the appointment ratio, right? So where your regular meeting turns into a potential sale. What is that ratio? So if you meet 10 people, how many people are you able to have that conversation with? I want you all to be able to measure that. How many of those appointments then convert into a close? We call that the closing ratio. What is your average case size? So a lot of people think they know the average case size. A lot of people don't know what the average case size is. So let me tell you how to calculate it. It's a very simple strategy. Total amount of premium collected divided by the number of cases that you've issued. Total premium collected divided by the number of cases that you've issued. Write that down because that tells you whether you're on the right track. You see, if every year your case size increases, that means you're in the right direction. If your closing ratio increases, you're in the right direction. This is not a one-year business. Please understand that correctly. This business is going to stay with you for many years to come. This is a career. You're going to be in this business for a very long time. How do you know if you're doing better, worse? How do you know that? It's not only based on commission. Commission is only one measure of success. But if you truly want to know whether you're doing well in this business, you need to know what is your appointment ratio. You need to know what is your closing ratio. This is your business. It's not my business. All right. It's your business. You need to learn how to track your business. So you need to know what is your appointment ratio, your meetings. How many of these meetings convert to appointments? How many of these appointments convert into a sale? Now, what is your average case size? You should know that, because if you don't know what is your average case size, you don't know what are the premiums that you usually work with. Then the next thing you need to write down is what's your maximum case size so far? What is the biggest case you have done? Now, there are two ways to measure biggest case. Number one, highest sum assured sold. Number two, highest premium collected. All right. So these are two numbers you should know. What is the largest case you have done so that you know exactly what to beat? And what is the largest premium that you collected in from a single client? That's how you know what is the maximum size that you've already worked on. So that becomes your next target to beat. It's just like an Olympic runner, right? So when an Olympic athlete is practicing, they look at their best time that they've achieved, and they're always trying to beat their best timing. They're always trying to push themselves a little bit more to try and beat that best time that they have set. I'm making you set what are the things that you need to beat. How many of your meetings convert to appointments? If that ratio increases, your closing ratio, even if it stays the same, your productivity increases. If your closing ratio increases and your appointment ratio doesn't increase, your productivity increases. If your case size increases, your closing ratio doesn't increase, your appointment ratio doesn't increase, but your case size increases, your productivity increases. If you beat the maximum case size that you've done before, your productivity increases. All right. So I need you all to know the numbers of your business. And these are numbers that you need to document for yourself. You don't need to tell it to someone else. This is your measurement of where you are in this business. And I need you all to remember that. So how many people are you going to meet? How many appointments will those get converted to? How many of those appointments convert into a sale? What's your average case size? Get that now. Because if you don't know that, right, there's a problem. Now, when I say this, right, I want you all to also understand that I'm going to be specializing sessions going forward. So I'm going to be doing special sessions. For example, in September, I'm only going to talk about how to prospect business owners. So in the month of September, there's a session that I'm doing specifically for business owners, because what I realized, a lot of us want to focus on business owners, but we don't know how to start conversations. We don't know how to do presentations. And I want to spend a whole day talking just about business owners, because Q4 is when businesses do their budgeting. Q4 is when businesses review their annual goals. They reset everything, right? So businesses in the fourth quarter actually redo their entire strategy. And if you're focusing on business owners at the right time, it's always about the right time. Q4 is about right time. And I want to make sure that that's what I cover. How to speak to business owners. I'll only be doing this in 3 countries, Singapore, Malaysia, and Philippines. All right. So my team will be sending out the dates. They'll be sending out the details, but we'll be doing it in Singapore, Malaysia, and Philippines.